The reason why I am here today is because I'm extremely excited about the theme of this conference, Get Motivated. That kind of got me thinking. So, how do you get motivated? And what do you get motivated to do? Or what do you get motivated for? I must have been about, some of you, your age, 19, when I first discovered the power of getting motivated. It was interesting. I come from a background where I was not denied any material comforts as a child, as a student, but I was denied the privilege of being myself. So I had parents who continuously compared me with others and kept telling me, you're not studying well enough, you're not good with this, look at your cousins, and so on. So by the time I was 18, I was searing with ambition. I really wanted to go out there and show the world who I was, and most definitely my parents. So I really didn't know those two dimensions. I didn't know who I was, nor did I know what I was capable of. But I wanted to know and tell the world that, listen, I can be humongously successful. So when I was about 19 years and 11 months, I remember, I saw this wonderful, beautiful girl and decided that something in her was attractive, her soul, I guess, and decided that she was going to be my companion, my life partner. And then I looked around. I knew my parents were not going to come and tell me, hey, go ahead, do it. I knew my friends were not going to tell me, go ahead and do it. I knew the rest of my family was not going to tell me, go ahead and do it. I knew I had to do it myself. That's when I discovered that motivation is really an inside job. Let me tell you, nobody, and that includes me, can get you motivated to do something or do something with your life or become something unless you want to do it yourself. So I'm here today to talk about really the what and how of motivation, getting motivated. And there are a few dimensions to it that I've learned from life. The first thing is to understand the meaning of life. Look at the way we've all been brought up. We've been brought up and told that you got to work hard, study hard. Why? So that you can get good marks. You're taught all along in school by your teachers and your parents that if you get good marks, then you move to the next class. Why? So that you can move to the next class. And this happens all through your school life. And then it happens from school to college. Keep studying, work hard, good marks. And then you move into life. You come out of college and you work hard. You be ethical. You be full of integrity, honest. Why? So that you can earn a good salary. So that you can get an increment. And then do what? Get married, rear children. Then bring up those children, put them through the same schools. Tell them, study so that you can get more marks. And then they have their children. You grow older. Possibly you pass away like our grandparents did. We have been fed on this overdose of thinking that life is a linear progression. Unfortunately, life is not that. I have discovered, and so have you, but possibly you've not thought about it like this, that life is a very hard teacher. She gives the test first and the lesson later. Whereas all along, and right now in college, what you're going through is that you're getting the lesson first and the test later. Life doesn't work like that. So what really happens is, in college, in school and college, if you get an out of syllabus question, you can wave your hand, red flag, and say, no, I can't answer this question. Life, on the other hand, is full of out of syllabus questions. The first thing you need to know to get motivated is to understand that life is what you are going through now. This is it. If it's an empty room, It is an empty room. And therefore, there is no point trying to think that let's have a full room. Why is this room not full? The moment you start thinking about those things that aren't there with you, you will come crashing. Instead, accept it for what it is, and you will be motivated eternally to do what you love doing. The second dimension is that we expect life to be fair. The reality, of course, is that life is never fair. Think about it. Your entry into this world is choiceless, like mine. We didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask, say, create me as a beautiful young girl, did you? You didn't ask. I didn't ask. We couldn't choose our name. We couldn't choose our religion. We couldn't choose our economic background of our parents. We couldn't choose the country. Oh, we would all have been, the way we think about life sometimes, hey, maybe I should have had an American citizenship, right? Those aspirations are there. But we can't choose anything. It's a choiceless entry. And believe me, it's a choiceless exit. According to karmic theory, even the people that commit suicide is not choiceless. I mean, it's not with choice that they do it. It's choiceless. There is a choiceless entry. There is a choiceless exit. In between that tenure that you have, that period that you have, is really what you have with you. And so you can choose to either fret and pine for a different life, and look at other people around you and say, hey, that guy's got an iPod, I don't have an iPod. That guy's got a Apple MacBook Pro, I don't have one. That guy's girlfriend's prettier than mine. That guy earns more money than me. His jacket is better than my jacket. You can fret and fume about all these things. And you can ask, I've worked so hard. I've never had a drink in my life. I've never smoked. Why is it that I'm having cirrhosis of the liver? And you're not going to get any answers. A.R. Rahman composed Jai Ho for Subhash Ghai, for Yuvraj. And then Subhash Ghai took a look at that and said, hey, lousy song, I don't want it. A.R. Rahman was a smart businessman. So he signed the rights of the song in his name. And then he went and gave it to Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle made Slumdog Millionaire, and they put it in the last part of the film during the credits, and the film got an Oscar, the song got an Oscar, and A.R. Rahman got an Oscar. So was life fair to Subhash Ghai? Think about it, my dear friends. Shah Rukh Khan spends 100 crore rupees on selling Ravan and does all his chamak challo stuff. And Aishwarya Dhanush, and a young rookie 21-year-old music director Anirudh Ravichandar used the power of the internet and launched Why This Kolaveri D with no money. And the song is a rage now. Is life fair to Shah Rukh Khan? Is life fair to Anirudh Ravichandar? Think about it. Life, unfortunately, is not a mobile phone. It's not a camera. It's not an LCD projector. It's not your washing machine. It's not your iPod. It's not your MacBook Pro, which comes with a warranty card. When you were launched, maybe 1987, I'm 1967, Edgy probably 1950, whatever. When we were launched, we did not come with a warranty card. There are no guarantees that life offers us. So why this expectation that life should be fair? If you give up the expectation that life must be fair, remember, you will always be motivated, because it's expectations that bring agony. And when there are no expectations from life, and you expect it to be having a mind of its own, you will forever stay motivated. The third dimension to life that I've learned is how you want to be remembered is a far more important question that you need to ask yourself, rather than what you want to become. Becoming is about material things. I want to become a great businessman. I want to become a very successful actor. I want to become a superstar. I want to become a rock star. It's all about wanting to become. Whereas how you want to be remembered is more qualitative. Start life writing your obituary. All of you young people, I would say, go back home tonight and write your obituary. That I passed away so-and-so year. And this is the way the world will remember me. Like the ones you read about in the papers. Think of all the people that have come into your life. And you will invariably find that these are people that despite their cars, despite their bungalows, despite their positions and titles, touched your life. And that's why you remember them. And that's why you possibly miss them. So it's not at all relevant what you want to become. It's important, but in the longer scheme of life, how you want to be remembered is more critical. So President Kalam will probably be more remembered as among all the other presidents in India. Steve Jobs, despite the way he changed the world, will still be remembered as a very difficult person to work with. Will be remembered as a father who did not have time for his children. Will be remembered for the fact that he was an immature, tempestuous partner who could not own up his own child which was born out of wedlock. Whether you like it or not, my dear friends, you will be remembered. Make sure that you are remembered for the memories, the good memories that you leave behind for others, and not for the fact that you are known for your materialistic success. So to get motivated, I would say, focus on becoming memorable rather than focusing on becoming just plain successful. The fourth dimension of life is believe in something. Believe in it, surely. And walk the line of lunacy. Walking the beaten path doesn't make sense. We all know that. So walking on the road less traveled is also a waste of time, according to me, because that's also become crowded. So walk where nobody has walked before, which is walk the line of lunacy. To change the game, to change the world, you need to change yourself. And walking the line of lunacy means simply chasing a rainbow rather than digging for a pot of gold. I had my first brush with this, again, when I was about 20. And I had to marry Vani. By the way, the woman that I, said, I deeply wanted to have as my life partner sitting right here. Vani, my wife, my beautiful wife of 23 plus years now. So my dad imposed a very specific condition. My mom was completely out of, not willing to subscribe to this theory that somebody just out of college, 19 and a half, 20, could even consider marriage. And biologically, of course, I was ready, but parentally, I didn't have their approval. So my dad somehow swung my mother in favor of the idea, but I think he threw a googly by saying that you can get married to Vani if you earn 1,000 rupees income per month, which is a 4-figure salary. In those days, that's probably pocket money for you today, for a day or for even a week. Those days, it was a princely sum. So I was sitting and reading the Hindu newspaper when this conversation happened, and I decided that I had to take charge. I had to do something about this. So I knew if I changed into good clothes, it was not going to be practical because my mom was going to throw a fit and prevent me from going for the interview. There was a little advertisement of a now famous computer institute called CAD Center, Computer Aided Design and Graphics. And there was an interview calling for CAD teachers. So I used to live in a suburb of Chennai. I got onto the bicycle, rode it to St. Thomas Mount. I was wearing a torn t-shirt, blue color one with stripes, I still remember it. And I walked took the train, went into town, took a bus, went to Devi Theatre. The offices of CAD Center at that time were just behind Devi Theatre in a small by lane. And a man called Satyamurthy, who was the MD of the company, was conducting the interviews. I had no papers. I was not dressed for the occasion. I walked in, he looked me up, and he said, "Have you come to the wrong place?" I said, "No, sir, I've come to the right place, but possibly, with just ambition and nothing else." So I told him my story. He was very impressed. He said, "My dear friend, and I had not operated a computer at that time. I didn't know how to turn on a computer. And here I was, with no papers, asking Mr. Satyamurthy, can I have the job to be a computer-aided design and drafting teacher? And Satyamurthy replied, saying, what do you think will make you a great teacher? I said, sir, give me 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I will become the world's best CAD teacher. Satyamurthy said, wow, I have not seen this before. So let's do one thing. You have the job. You don't be the teacher or the trainer. You be my corporate sales executive because you can sell. So he said, I'll give you an offer for 750 rupees a month, and there you are. I said, sir, I'm sorry. I'm very deeply honored that you're giving me this job, but I can't take it. He said, what? Aren't you looking a gift horse in the mouth? And I said, sir, no, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. The other side of the story is my dad has sent 4 figures to marry my girl. So, you know, I need $1,000 plus. He said, do one thing. It's 750 and 750 auto rickshaw allowance. Take the 2, wait 15 minutes, take your appointment letter, go tell your dad that you have a 4-figure salary starting tomorrow, and tell your girl to come out with you to the beach. So I didn't know I was walking the line of lunacy then. But then as my life kind of progressed, I kept looking at it and I saw that here it is. I am able to do irrational stuff, defying all logic, because I'm just not bullheaded, but I'm believing in something. Later on in life, it manifested itself. Like when I had to, sell a story on the LTT movement in Tamil Nadu, my immediate boss, Prabhu Chawla, was not willing to accept it at India Today. So I went up to Mr. Arun Puri, his boss, and I said, if you don't do this now, we'll never be able to showcase what's going on in Tamil Nadu. I once had to wait for 15 hours outside the office of Vijay Mallya to get a meeting with him. No food and no beer. I slept on his couch. I once had to go and get myself a $400,000 contract with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Singapore for 2 suites for a full year. Each suite was priced at 10,000 Sing dollars per night. And I got 400,000. Very simple. I asked the sales director, what's your individual budget for the year? He said 400,000 Sing. I said, let's write a contract right now. Imagine you'll be the only guy in Ritz-Carlton family to beat your own target, annual target, on day 1, even before the hotel was launched. Finally, I found the meaning of walking the line of lunacy pretty recently in life one more time. The firm that my wife and I set up went bankrupt. We went insolvent as a family. There was no money. It was $1,500 that we had at home, just $1,500. The bank accounts were wiped clean, nothing. It was February. It was our wedding anniversary. I had a son who was 18 at that time and a daughter who was 13. And I went into the bedroom, locked the door, held Vani's hands, and I said, crying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we are here where we are today. I'm sure you didn't bargain for this when I proposed to you and accepted several years ago. And she said something that blew my mind away. She said, I walked with you to go find the rainbow. Maybe we'll find that rainbow now and here. That was enough. That was enough for me to come right back. And therefore, I am a firm believer that if you believe in something and are willing to walk the line of lunacy, you will always be motivated. So my dear friends, this really is my first TED Talk. And it's a great experience being here with all of you people. So I would urge all of you to live your life pretty much the way TED talks about it, okay? To me, TED, therefore, is T, take charge of your life. Otherwise, somebody else will. E, experience and enjoy every moment of this precious gift called life, because you didn't ask for it, it was given to you. And finally, D, don't ever postpone happiness, because it is the only life that we know we have. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you.